Hey YouTubers, this is Jacques, and today I'm going to do my first video in a long time. And today I'm going to talk to you about my latest purchase, which is the X-H2S camera from Fujifilm. Stay tuned. Hey you guys, this is going to be a short video. It's not really a review, it's just basically my first impressions of the X-H2S and what I think of it. Now, here's my story. I've had the X-T2, the X-T3, an X-T30, and an X-T20. Those cameras all had the button dial type system, which was really, really good. Recently, I decided to sell my X-T3 and buy the X-H2S. So today I'm just going to talk to you a bit about my first impressions of the camera. Today, this video is more about photography and less about video. Let's talk ergonomics first. The feel in the hand of this camera is super, super nice. Now, anyone who works with an X-T3, X-T4, and even the new X-T5 will find that this camera is a lot bigger. It's thicker. So the grip on this camera is super nice. Where the buttons are placed is intuitive. It makes a lot of sense. There's a whole crap load of buttons. I really enjoy the customizable buttons, and I also enjoy the customizable dials. On this one, you have up to 7 customized settings, and each of those customized settings can be customized not only for photo, but also for video. Build quality, fantastic. It's quite light for the size, light and solid. So a lot of times you'll pick up a camera and it won't feel as solid. This camera feels really, really solid. Remember, I'm coming from an X-T3 and the XS10. Both of those cameras have the smaller battery size. This one has the bigger battery size that the X-T4 and the X-T5 have. And I am really, really appreciating that. I did go out and shoot for a full day and never did have to change the battery. I even did a photo shoot where I was doing flash photography and I had to keep the camera on the whole time because I was tethered. And it went really well. I never changed the battery for the whole day and I was pretty impressed. The X-H2S has a CF Express card and an SD card. Why is that nice for a photographer? Well, it's kind of nice because this is how I work. I shoot my raw files and they go on the CF Express card, and I configure it so that I have a backup JPEG that goes on the SD file. So I get the speed of the CF Express card whenever I want to do burst, and I get the backup of the SD card at the same time. So far, that's working really great for me. And anyone who does video will really like it because they'll be able to put everything on the CF Express card as well and get the speed they need to get 4K and all the codecs that this camera offers. But we're not going to talk about those today. Remember, this camera is the flagship camera. So I'm not going to talk too much about the available Jacques and everything because it basically has absolutely everything that Fujifilm can offer. The only thing it doesn't offer are high megapixel count. So this is a 26 megapixel camera. If you want to get the higher megapixel count, you can get the X-H2 without the S at the end, and that'll give you, I believe, roughly 40 megapixels. For my photography workflow, I don't like working any higher. It slows down my workflow when it comes to post-processing all my photos. So I just wanted to tell you guys that using this with the PASM workflow was really great. Everything went well for me. I used this camera on a street photography setup, and I also used it twice in a flash photography setting, and it went really great. It was really cool. So I could set up all the stuff I used to have on my X-T3 on this camera. It didn't take me long to set up. The menu system is the same as it used to be, and there's a couple of changes because when you get into video codecs, there's a lot more offered, so there's a bit more. But this menu system and the subsystem is really, really great. So I just wanted to tell you guys that so far I'm really loving the camera, and what really marks me and that I really like is just the feel of the camera in my hands. I kind of am happy to have a bigger camera. A lot of photographers might want to have the X-H2 just because of the higher megapixel count, but I really like the X-H2S. I think for anybody who has a bit of a video workflow and likes to do photography, it's a fantastic camera. I personally think that for photography, you can use the X-H2S. It will be fine. You'll get the same image quality, the same Fuji colors, everything will be there. So that's about it. Now, The images speak louder than words. So I'm just going to show you some images I took with this camera. Using the camera in the flash photography situation and street photography, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the 7 stops of image stabilization. I didn't think I could have as many artistic opportunities with the fact that it has 7 stops of image stabilization. I used it late at night and I used it handheld, and it was a lot of fun because I could get backgrounds that were really nice and clean and sharp, and moving subjects in the front of that background moving around. It would give me blurs, and it was really interesting to see those opportunities pop up with this camera. So without further ado, I'll let the images speak for themselves and you guys can check them out. So there you go, guys. That was the Slideshow. I hope you guys enjoyed. It is overall a great camera, and it really impressed me for photography. You guys should like, share, subscribe, and don't forget, everybody, keep on making something from nothing.